What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. I am your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, aka Mental Healness, from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter as well. If this is your first time seeing my beautiful face, my mama said it was beautiful. I'm a diagnosed narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. This is my cross to bear. I've been in therapy for the last 4 years, since October of 2017. I know that's not completely 4 years, but bear with me. I'm in psychotherapy. If you wonder what type of therapy, it's psychotherapy. I am not a psychopath, although I do have some sociopathic traits, but I'm not going into that. The point of my entire platform is to bring awareness to narcissistic personality disorder and validate the victims and survivors of said abuse when it happens. Today's episode is going to be about sleep deprivation, the good old sleep deprivation, one of the tactics, one of the abuse tactics of a narcissist, or just a toxic person in general. Because y'all, I know everybody's not a narcissist. I think people tend to think I'm just trying to vilify everybody. Look, women can be narcissists as well, y'all. This is not a man bashing platform. This is a narcissist awareness platform. Trust me. So, sleep deprivation is when a narcissist or toxic person keeps you up at night, doesn't allow you to sleep, wants to wake you up super early to argue, to fight, to resolve an issue. I did a skit a couple of weeks ago about sleep deprivation, where I came in at 3 o'clock in the morning, I kicked the door in, and I woke my sleeping significant other, my sleeping spouse, up, and was mad at her for going through my phone earlier and catching me cheating. This is just a skit, y'all. I'm gonna talk about this skit, but this happens in real life. Like, I can't believe you went through my phone earlier. She's like, oh no, I went through your phone, but I caught you cheating. Like, no, you invaded my privacy, and you're not going to go to sleep until we finish this argument, until we finish this, and until you apologize for invading my privacy and promise me never to do it again. You're not going to go to sleep until I trust you again. Sleep deprivation is a technique because it gets you at your weakest moments. Maybe not at your weakest moment, but it gets you at one of your most vulnerable moments. Like when you're super tired, when you're groggy, you can't really think straight, especially if it's early in the morning or extremely late at night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, when you normally get up at 6 or 7. Like, a narcissist will literally come wake you up or keep you up until they it pretty much exhausts you into submission, until they pretty much exhaust you into agreeing with them or taking responsibility or taking blame for whatever the current issue is. And have I done it before? Yeah, I've done it before. Like I said, this is my platform. I know people are gonna judge me like, hey Lee, you're an evil bastard for doing a sleep deprivation on your wife. I don't think I'm evil, but I am a narcissist, and I'm just raising the word, bringing awareness to this situation, letting people know what I have done. So the situation, like I said, I think we have gotten to. If you watch my wife's live, I think she went over this incident. We were in the club, and about 8-9 years ago, we were in one of a nightclub, and she had did something, and I was like went into a full blown rage fest on her inside the club. I'm screaming, I'm yelling at her or whatever, and then we end up leaving, and then she decided, like, we get home or whatever. She decided she was gonna go to sleep. Nope, you're not going to sleep. You are definitely 100% not going to sleep until we finish this argument, until we finish this situation, and you apologize for embarrassing me in front of all those people. Even though I'm the one yelling, I'm the one screaming, I'm the one doing all the crazies, I'm the one there. Like, literally, y'all, I didn't put my hands on her, but I was literally yelling and screaming at the top of my lungs. And, a lot of people in that club didn't want to approach me for yelling and screaming at her because I'm not a little dude. I'm 6'3", I'm 200. At the time, I was like 250. So I'm, watching the video, I'm pretty stout. You know what I mean? And I'm yelling and screaming, and people just looking. They're like, "Oh, what did she do?" We end up leaving, get home, and I pretty much forced her to apologize to me and forget, and take blame for making me yell at her. And I remember that moment vividly. I forgot about that. I kind of repressed that memory until I was uploading her live, the live video that she had did on her. And I saw that she had mentioned. I heard it on the corner of my ear. Not corner of my ear. I heard it on the side of my head that she. I heard it on my ear. Then she said, I was like, oh my god, I remember that night. I've been trying to forget the type of stuff. I have repressed that memory, but I did not let her go to sleep. She didn't go to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. And she had to get up early the next morning. So I didn't care. I literally wanted to make sure she knew I was right for yelling and screaming, because I loved and cared about her. If I didn't love and care about you, I wouldn't be yelling and screaming at you. I would just let you do what you wanted to do. Like, the only reason I'm yelling and screaming is because I want this relationship to work out, because I love you and I see a future with you, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page. This is at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I was yelling and screaming at this time. But like I said, finally went to sleep at 5. I didn't have to work the next morning. She did. She had to get up and drive to. We was in Greensboro. She had to go drive to Raleigh, so it was an hour away. So this is a terrible situation. And I apologize for that type of stuff now. But back in the day, in that moment, did I feel remorseful? No. Because she had literally, in my mind, she had literally made me embarrass myself in front of all those people by making me yell and scream and cuss at her. So I was just like, look, you're gonna apologize for this, because I had friends there too with me. I had my family was there in the club with me too. It's like, no, you're gonna apologize for this one. You made me get mad in front of all these people. No, nope. So that's definitely a technique. You see that technique, and she was so exhausted and tired that she just admitted fault and finally got her to sleep. But the point of that is, so if she brought it up next time, even though I know I was in the wrong for yelling and screaming at her, if she brought it up next time, guess what? I can say, you already admitted that you were wrong. I was tired. It doesn't matter if you were tired. I was tired too. We were both up there late at night. But you already admitted that you were wrong in that situation, so you can't take this. You can't take that back. So now it's on you. So now you have to eat that. You know what I mean? Now you have to eat the fact that you were wrong, and you admitted it. So you can't really argue on that point. You know, you really cannot argue on that point. So there we go. I think did we end up? I don't know. I think we might have ended up doing it that night too, because like I get into a rage fest. I just want to, I'm one of those people that get into a rage and scream and yelling and stuff. You just want to do it. So and doing it like that under those intense circumstances really connects you to people too. So don't be surprised if you get into a rage fest argument with your narcissistic person, and then they just find you super attractive and wanted to do it with you, because that doing it in those high emotional times really brings the connection closer to you. You were from yelling and screaming to clapping cheeks. You know what I mean? And that's literally how I used to go, because I'm just one of those people that get jazzed up about stuff like that. That's one of the things that used to jazz me up, is yelling and screaming and anger, because I love the emotion. I love rage and passion. I love that type of stuff. It used to feel good when I was just screaming and yelling and stuff like that. So of course, it's like a rage was like. My narcissistic rage sometimes used to be like an aphrodisiac, because I just want to do it afterwards. Yelling and screaming, just literally want to do it. And I hope that doesn't. Man, it's grown people on this channel. There's not no kids on here. I looked at my target audience is between 24 and like 50. So yeah. So yeah, I know there ain't no kids on here, but yeah. So don't be surprised if y'all get into these narcissistic rages or craziness, and they narcissists want to keep you up at night, or try, like, it doesn't have to involve rage. Sleep deprivation can involve like wake you up at 3:30 in the morning to do it. You know what I mean? Oh, get up, or let's do it right now. 3:30 in the morning. Like, I get up at 5:30. So I got needs too. You gonna okay? Cool. I'll get it for somebody else. Now you guilt tripping to doing it at 3 o'clock in the morning because you were tired. You see how that works? Take it away. Now you get guilt trip. Oh my goodness! And especially if you have a history of cheating that you already been blamed for. You know what I mean? You tend to get up at 3:30 in the morning to do it, to keep that person from cheating. Like that. Remember last time I cheated? It's because you wouldn't satisfy me. But now, like, see, I tried again. Don't say I didn't try. I get it for somebody else. Now you guilt tripped at 3:30 in the morning to do it. Now you're gonna be up a little later. Now you might not be able to go back to sleep. Now you're gonna have a terrible next day at work, and that terrible next day at work might lead to a no, sorry, y'all. That terrible, oh, I go off the camera. That terrible next day at work might actually lead to a terrible might actually lead to a terrible day at the house, and which might result in a terrible argument later on. You see how that pattern just developed because you got kept up late at night. You had a bad day at work where you might have made an error. You made an error at work, so now you're upset and sad. So now you come home. Now you were upset and sad because the narcissist kept you up late at night, and you made an error at work. Now you do something. You want to talk about it at home. Look, you can't keep it up that late at night. I ain't keep it up late at night. You don't want to satisfy me. Now you're into a rage argument. So now you're going to be up late at night again. And sleep deprivation can really have a drastic, sleep deprivation can really have drastic effects on your physical and mental health. So you need sleep. You're a human being. You have to shut your body down every once in a while. You know what I mean? So sleep deprivation can result in stuff like that. So that's why you got to kind of watch the sleep deprivation. Refuse to argue. Go into another room or something like that. Even though they might follow you into another room, sometimes you got to leave the house, go to a hotel room. You got to do something. Don't just sit in there and argue at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because that'll mess your next day up. The next day starts off bad. you have a bad day. So, and the process continues, the cycle continues. We are cycle breakers on this channel. We don't do anything but break the cycle. Generational curses, generational curses, everything. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna cut this thing short to the end. I really truly appreciate it. Don't let anybody keep you up at night. If you haven't liked and subscribed, like and subscribe, y'all. Like I said, I truly appreciate every like and subscribe. I really truly appreciate every comment, every like, and every subscription that I get. You know what I mean? If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever, please hit that 5-star rating for me. Leave me a little good review. I really truly appreciate it. Like I said, the last people who left me reviews on here on Apple Music are Barry McCoy, appreciate that, married to a narcissist, and Brooke Girl, who said it was informative and affirming. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all. Hit the like and subscribe button, share it if you need to. Thank you. Mental Healness is out.